in Basking Ridge, New Jersey. I go live every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time to share with you some of the things that I've been working on. And today I am going to share with you a card we made in our team meeting that was actually done by Julie Davison. So thank you, Julie, for that. And what we're going to do today is take that same card layout and make it into a holiday card. So, I'm going to show you how, the process I went through, and let's go ahead and get started. So, up to my desktop, here we are. Okay, so the card that we made, how cute is this? So again, this is from Julie Davison, and we did make it at my team meeting. All Jersey stampers get a class kit for every team meeting, and everybody got the ingredients for this, and together we made the card at the meeting, which is held virtually. Anyway, more on that and maybe in a little bit, but what she did with this layout was simply take a piece of DSP, expand it, and give it a fun background with just a strip of paper. And best of all, the Spooky Sweets designer series paper that was used for this allowed me to make a Halloween card without having to have Halloween stamps. This Halloween stamp actually is it's from a kit that was available years ago, and I do save all my stamps from the different kits and Paper Pumpkin and such, and there are always perfect little tiny stamps that can be used on cards. But anyway, the little die cuts that are also included in that designer series paper meant I didn't need to have the stamps. I didn't need to have all the coloring things. Not that I don't have them, but it made it a lot easier. And when I send out card kits and when I send out kits for my Zoom classes, they can't really involve too much stamping because people may not have the right tools at home. So that's how we made this card. That's why we made this card, and I'm going to show you how I turned this into a Christmas card. Actually, we're going to turn it into a Christmas card together. In my head, I turned it into a Christmas card, but I haven't actually made it yet because I've been kind of busy, but it's been in my head, and I knew that we would be able to do this together. So we are going to start with a piece of real red cardstock. And we're going to fold that in half and give it a good crease with our scoring bone. Okay, so we've got that. And a little something on there, who knows what. Okay, we're going to cover it. We're going to take a piece of white to put on the inside because we like to be able to see if we're writing and we don't want to have to use a gel pen all the time or something like that. So this makes it much easier. So anytime I have a dark card base, I will put a white piece on the inside. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to take a piece of, well, this is the strip that's going to go across the center. Okay, so just like on this card, maybe I'll do it this way. You can see that it is 5.5 inches by 1.5 inches. We're going to put it on a diagonal. But before I do that, I want to just show you the one thing that we have to do. And it just doesn't have to be perfect, but it will make it easier. We're going to take this is our paper trimmer. And we're going to take a piece of designer series paper. This paper is from the North Pole Delivery designer series paper for the holidays. I've been doing a lot of holiday cards lately, and so I've been working with this paper in particular quite a bit. And we're just going to cut it on a diagonal. See how on this card we just cut a diagonal? It doesn't have to be perfect. It does, no specific measurements. The idea is that we're going to separate it so it takes up a little bit more of the card front. So I'm going to go about here, and I'm putting it on that angle, and I'm just trimming it with my trimmer, and now I've got these two pieces that go like that. Okay. Now remember, you could use any piece of designer series paper or even cardstock. It doesn't have to be DSP. But what I wanted to do was to just kind of see what the angle was that I put it on, that I cut it on, so that I have an approximation of that when I glue it to my card. It's not going to be perfect because I am anything but perfect, but and of course I move it all the time. But what I'm actually going to do Look how much smarter this is. See, we can be smart here. I'm just going to take this, put this down, and I'm going to put my strip across the cardstock. Look at that. I just figured something out, something new to make it easier. And now I'm going to lay it down, and it should be at the right angle or close to it. So what we want to do, though, is trim off the edges. So that's why I cut this paper. So, the card base is a traditional 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I knew that 5 1/2 inches would extend past the edges on a diagonal for the 4 1/4. Okay, so now that we've got that, we're going to go ahead and paste down our papers. If you're wondering what's on this designer series paper, they're letters. Okay, so isn't that cute? Cute little letters. And you'll see some other really super cute stuff from this. And now I'm going to adhere these down. And as you can see, it's not perfect. That's okay. I'm okay with it. But what I do want to do is square it off. And when I say square it off, I just want it to be correct at the bottom and the top. And then whatever shows in the middle is going to be great. I'm just using my seal, Stampin' Seal. And when I put it back on, you can see I have a line across the middle. Okay, so when we made this card, these little tags here, you see this background here, that was actually also something that was in the designer series paper that you could cut out, and there were several different designs, and I didn't have that with this particular designer series paper, so I said, no problem, we're going to go ahead and create our own. And so I have a piece of white cardstock, and I've just cut this. Let's do a quick measurement here. I can't remember what I cut it to, so I've got a little ruler down the bottom here, which you can't see. But this is 1, 2, 3 1/4 by 2, 3 1/4 by 2, and then so I've laid it on a piece of real red cardstock, and that is just a 1/4 inch bigger at 3 1/2. Is that correct? 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, that's correct. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add this to the card. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal for this too. You could use dimensionals, but I am going to be popping up a die cut. So I want that to have prominent place. And I did it all a little off to the left side, and maybe I could have left a little bit more space in there by pulling it up and down. You can see here, but still gets the same good look. And now this is the hardest part. What die cuts should we choose? Now this designer series paper, North Pole Delivery, comes with one sheet of all these fun little doggies and letters and such. So cute. But it also comes with some pretty little gingerbread houses, and little accents and little stamps and a little truck, which is always super popular for the holidays, and some mailboxes. I lean towards the doggies, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this little golden retriever over here. My doggie is yellow too, but she's not a golden. My dog Jules is half husky, half beagle, if you can imagine. She's a little crazy thing. And of course we could add more, maybe we will, but I'm going to take this little puppy, and she has I'm going to call her Jules because that's my doggie's name. And she has a little letter in her mouth, right? So that goes nicely with see, I have a little smudge there. Watch what I'm going to do. We're going to cover up that smudge. Nobody's even going to know. Doggies are kind of on the ground. That's great. Okay, so now we want a sentiment, and when we look for sentiments, I do like to use strips. I don't want to, sometimes it just makes it easier. I could have stamped right on here. I wasn't sure how much I was going to use, and just to be safe, I went ahead and, again, remember, I did this without actually, I did it in my head. I didn't actually create it yet. So I'm going to take my real red stamp set, and this is 'Tis the Season. I didn't show you. This is from the Traditional Labels stamp set. It has a bunch of different greetings. They are designed to go in the little labels that we have here, because I could have cut out one of these labels or two of them. I decided I was just going to go with the strips just for ease of the class today. And I'm going to just stamp this right in the center and then kind of decide what to do with it. Okay, so we've got that almost straight. And I think what I'm going to actually do is trim it apart. So we're going to have 'Tis the Season, and we're going to put it on some jaunty angles, mostly because I like to say the word jaunty. Jaunty angles, very fun. So I'm just using, scissors. And I'm going to lay these down. Let's see. I'm going to go like that. Yep, not one. We've got 'Tis. And where's my, right here. 'Tis the Season. And you could do that so many different ways. Now for this, because it is sitting up a little bit, because it has a couple of layers there, I think I'm going to put a little dimensional on one side. Even though this is not popped up, it just seems to be a little bit higher. So, oops, I'm going to put some regular adhesive there too, so that it can stay. So we've got Season. And I'll use regular adhesive here. You'd have to tell me what you would choose to do. You could also use different colored paper. And again, I was just trying to quickly come up with a design that complemented what we did here. Now we're not done yet because we need some fun embellishments. And I do want to show you the fun embellishments that are on this card. There are little glimmer, see that? Little glimmer stars. And not only are they glimmery, but they also are foam. Can you see that? They're thick. They're super thick and super glittery, and so they look really pretty. And for our card, though, I'm going to use the ones that come in, they're in the same suite as the North Pole Delivery, and these are called Dear Dots, North Pole. Sometimes I like to keep track. And I love that it comes in, all the different colors that are used in the papers. I'm just going to stick with the red. I guess I could use the green too, but let's see. We definitely want to fill in some of the gaps, right? So, oops, let's put a big one up here. You can see why I'm using scissors. I don't know. I have my pick tool right here. Okay, let's do that. And then we'll put one more down here. Kind of just keep the flow. And so now we have a Christmas card. So we went from a Halloween card, which is stinking cute, and now we have an also cute little card for Christmas. We're using the North Pole Delivery Designer Series paper. So that being said, that is how you convert it. Now, I did want to mention, because we have something very exciting coming up, we made this card, again, as I said, in my Jersey Stampers team meeting, which I do on the third Sunday evening of every month. We go, anybody who can join in, and we go through some Stampin' Up! News, and we, share ideas and things that we've created, but then we also have a little card kit that I mail out to everybody. And so it's one of the benefits for being a Jersey Stamper. You get to make a card with us every month, and I always try to make sure that I'm using new product or maybe something that people hadn't already purchased. Definitely seasonal if I can. So that is all to say that we have a huge join special coming in the month of October. And that special is going to be, let's do it like that. There we go. That special includes getting either $125 worth of the basic starter kit for just $35. I don't think I've ever seen it that low. Or you can there's another deal, and I'm drawing a blank on what it is, but you can actually get a whole lot more for the usual $99. So you have a choice. You don't have to. Let's say you already have a bunch of Stampin' Up! Supplies and you don't, $125 will do it in terms, to get that for $35. That is quite a savings. And being a team member of mine also gets you lots of other benefits. One of the things is to be able to take all my classes at half price. I offer a number of classes throughout the month. I also give you opportunities to join in team meetings and different challenges that we have. So there are lots of things that you can do. We have special gatherings occasionally. And anyway, it would be great if you were a Jersey stamper. You don't have to live in New Jersey, but you do have to live in the United States. Okay, so that's the only thing. But it's a fabulous deal. So if you were thinking about getting a bunch of stuff for the month of for the holidays or coming in the month of October, you might want to check out that deal, and I'd love to have you join my team. So that being said, please reach out if you have any questions about that. You'll also see it all over social media and in my newsletters, etc. So you can head to my blog to see how to sign up for my newsletter and all my classes that I offer. And I'm sure I'll be putting out the upcoming join special there as well. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye.